Hey, it's Norm from Tested. I'm here at New York Comic Con. A ton of booths, a ton of people. I wanted to make my way over to the NECA booth. They make amazing toys. I'm here with Summer Mullins. You're of the NECA family. You have an amazing figure here at the show to unveil.
Yes, this has been seen at some conventions previously, but this is part of the Series 3 of our Aliens line, which is very, very popular at the point. It's going to be released in November, so it'll be available in a variety of different stores, some surprising, some old standards like Toys R Us, and at that point, and it'll be an assortment with 2 other figures in the series.
So, you guys have an Aliens license. You have a license for things like RoboCop, for a lot of like Miramax movies, Predator, Gremlins, a lot of creature stuff. And your toys they're really detailed. They come in 7-inch size all the way up to 18-inch. I have like one of your Batman 1966. Gorgeous. And what we have here is something really unique because this is a paint master, right? A sculpt and paint master. Now the final figure for this is going to be 7 inches.
Yes, and a lot of people who've come by the booth will look at it and say, oh, are you making this in this size? And no, this is actually the paint master. It will be shrunk down to a 7-inch size for production, although it could be scaled up to 18 inches, say, if we ever wanted to do this as a quarter scale figure, for instance.
Oh my goodness. And this is a beloved figure. It has a special resonance to test it, of course. Adam wore this costume. He built it over 10 years. This is the Nostromo armor, Kane specifically, this color. Tell me about the sculpting process. So you said like about a year ago when you work with the licensor, in this case 20th Century Fox, you tell them, we want to do a Nostromo armor, right? Not many people have done it. People maybe have seen one a long time ago as a 12-inch size. And then what do they say? They say, okay, go ahead, we trust you, and go and give us examples?
Yeah, everything has to go through the licensor before even we announce it to the public. If we, do announce a license before showing anything, then we only announce general things about it, like we will make figures, and then leave it at that. But they will initially see a sculpt for approval. That'll be just like a gray, plain, unpainted figure. That can go through many revisions with them until they're happy with it, its accuracy, detail, quality, everything like that. Several sculptors could work on that, not just one of them. Fabrication and likeness, for instance, are like 2 different things. And
right, the person who sculpts the head might be someone who specializes in like making cloth look real with clay, right?
Yes, exactly. So, there are some of the sculptors who have a beautiful, incredible skill at fabricating, say, weapons or tech details and things like that. So there could be several sculptors involved in the sculpting process. And then once a sculpt is approved, they'll go on to paint it. The paint process has to be completely approved by the licensor as well. That is a different set of people with their own particular set of skills that work on that too. So there's so many people behind the scenes who could be involved with making this figure come to life before the public even knows about it.
Right, and then there's decals. And for a movie that's this dated, the references aren't maybe as readily accessible as something like a Pacific Rim, which you guys do, where they can provide digital assets for all the decals. So
exactly.
It's a lot of taking screenshots, watching the movie a lot of times, getting the behind-the-scenes photos. Mobius designed this armor. And I gotta say, at least with this paint master, the patinas are gorgeous. I love the layering on top of this the samurai armor, as it's called, to make it look like it has that rusted look. Seeing Adam's armor and seeing how like the padding, the soft padding on the suit contrasts with the metal on the plate and the head, it comes across here.
It really does, and that's I think one of the things that we really excel at. Not to blow our own horn, but the fine details like this are the guys in the studio are just incredible at it. Like you mentioned, the assets that we get from a studio may be limited, especially for the older movies. So the sculptors in the studio will do a lot of their own research, watching the movie over and over again, taking screenshots to get inspiration for certain expressions, looking into maybe art books by creators or people who had worked on the original film. just to get, you know, as much detail as possible before they start submitting things to the licensor, so that, you know, they can really be on the ball with it.
And when they're sculpting, because it's something that it will be scaled down, the details almost get concentrated when you get scaled down, or when you blow that up, is that taken into account that it could be blown up, and so they have to sculpt enough detail to make sure that's going to be present?
Yes, and so that's another one of the reasons that I don't think a paint master like this will ever be 100% replicated in a final production figure. It will be like 99.9%, but, you know, maybe like one dot here will disappear because it's shrunk down so much. Or they could end up using a different paint technique to achieve the same results, because, you know, this is obviously a resin, and we'll be making this in a different type of plastic. So, you know, there's a lot of things that will, very minute changes that will happen going from different sizes down or up. But I think that's also something that's very fun for, you know, a seasoned collector to look out for.
And that's why people come to events like New York Comic Con, is that they can see in person and take photos of this paint master, which that will go in your vault, right? Like when it's done, this is going to go in the NECA vault, where and may never be in public again.
Yeah, our archives are quite impressive. There's a lot of stuff in there that I don't even know about. It could be almost considered like a tiny version of the Indiana Jones warehouse.
Oh, what would it take to get there and see that? Now this is Kane, and you guys have sculpted it, so there is the face hugger melted through the helmet, and you guys are coming out with a whole line of these. There's going to be Dallas, there will be Ripley in her white suit, and also another Ripley figure with her flamethrower, right?
Yes, those will be in Series 4, which will be, I believe, January.
And then what other things are you showing off at New York Comic Con that you're excited about?
Oh, there's so much here that it's difficult to pick. But we have the final paint of the Master Chief figure from Halo that's coming out later this month, beginning of November, depending on, you know, how close your store is to our warehouse. That gets a lot of attention. We have the prototype for the Master Chief motorcycle helmet out, which is still, doesn't have the final paint yet, but it's very close. That's ultimately going to be DOT approved. We have the Planet of the Apes, the classic series. Second series is on display. That's getting a lot of attention. There's just a lot of really fantastic figures. The sculpting studio is always surprising me.
Oh my goodness. You guys all sculpt in-house in your New Jersey offices.
We do.
That's amazing. You gotta follow them on Instagram and Twitter to see some behind-the-scenes photos. I know you post them occasionally.
Yes, Randy Falk, the head of the sculpting studio, loves to post behind-the-scenes shots and little teases on his Twitter account. So be sure to follow that, because there's always something awesome on there.
Well, this is something I'm gonna be following along with. It's Kane from the original Alien as a 7-inch figure coming out later this year, November, and it'll be everywhere. I can't wait to get one. Thank you so much, Summer, for sharing the story of this figure. My jaws drop from how beautiful this is.
Well, we're extremely pleased that so many people are happy with the stuff that we do. You know, we like to make people happy.
Thanks. I hope to keep you guys happy as well. Check out Tested for more stuff from New York Comic Con. I'm Norm. We'll see you next time. Bye.